Good evening everybody, and once again welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be building a universal data lake on AWS. For this we'll be leveraging Glue to interoperate between lakehouse format we'll be using Apache XTable. XTable will also build the metadata for Iceberg Delta. We'll learn how to query this using Glue notebooks, of course, as Delta, Iceberg. We'll also learn how the XTable will sync the data with Glue catalog. So all of that is there in the video. It's a hands-on video. So without wasting any further time, let's get started. Before we begin the lab, I just want to know that the entire exercise notebook is given over here. So in case if you miss out on the steps, you can definitely come to the link and follow this particular guide. So now let's get started. All right, so now let's begin the lab. Hopefully you guys are excited. So first, the way we'll proceed with this lab is first, we'll make a sample table, and then either it could be Hudi, Iceberg, Delta, doesn't really matter. Let's leverage the XTable to perform the translation of metadata. Let's learn how we can sync that with the Glue, Glue Hive metastore, and let's read the same table in Glue notebooks as Delta, Iceberg, and Hudi. So hopefully that made sense. So we're gonna get started, okay? So first I'm creating a sample table over here on S3. This is my bucket name. And inside that I'm gonna be creating a folder called Hudi dataset. Again, sample mock data, again, only used for teaching purposes, right? So I'm gonna create a Spark data frame object. I'm providing the schema. And then I'm just writing that into a Hudi table. As you can see, I define my record, pre-com key, and the partition, right? So let me execute this cell. This could take about a couple of minutes since I'm running Glue locally using Docker. So I'm gonna pause the video, and once the execution is complete, let me resume the video. So it's complete, right? As you can see. Now if I go back to my S3 over here, I see a folder called people. I see some partitions, and I see .hudi folder. So we have some data now that we can play with. Now let's learn about the Apache XTable, right? So for this, I would want you to download these three jar files: iceberg-aws-1.3.1 jar. The Maven link is given. Then the next one that I need is bundle hyphen 2.23.9 jar. Again, the Maven link is given. And then utilities hyphen 0.1 hyphen beta 1 bundle jar. These three jar files are very important. Make sure you download them in the current working directory. Then go to Glue and create a database called Iceberg DB. This is the shell command. So again, if you go to AWS Glue, go to database. I already have one, but you can just click on add database and click on give it a name called Iceberg DB, and that's about it. After that, what we're gonna do is we'll define a file called myconfig.yml. Here I'm saying I have a Hudi table at source, and the target would be Delta and Iceberg. I'm saying that, hey, I would want you to build the metadata for Iceberg and Delta. And then in the data set, you have to provide the information. So you have to provide the path to your table. You have to give the table name, the partition if you have any partitions, and namespace. This is the Glue database, Iceberg DB. Again, remember, I have this Glue database created, okay? So that's that. And then in order to sync this with Glue, we're gonna define a catalog.yml, right? So here you can see the catalog name is set to one table. Catalog implementation would be org.apache.iceberg.aws.glue catalog, and then we provide the catalog options. IO implementation is set to org.apache.iceberg.aws.s3.s3 file IO and the warehouse path. So we will create these two files, catalog.yml, which allows us to sync the data with Glue Hive metastore, and myconfig.yml. Once that is done, you can fire up the command java-jar. You provide the jar file utility hyphen 0.1.0 hyphen beta 1 bundle jar, and hyphen dataset, the YAML file, that is myconfig.yaml. So if I run this, I want to show you first of all, let me see if I can go to S3. See, I do not have any metadata over here. So I'm going to run this command. Okay, so I think the command is running. Oops, let me come here. All right, so it is running, as you can see. Now I'm gonna refresh once this is done. Hey, look, we got the delta log folder, okay, and we got the metadata folder. Perfect. Delta log, folder will contain metadata for delta tables. And then if I head over back, if I scroll to metadata, I see Iceberg related metadata. Now, if you are interested in syncing this with, Glue Hive Metastore, you can use the following command below, okay? The only thing that I would take is over here, --iceberg catalog config and the catalog.yml file, okay? Before I run this, I wanna go to my Glue and show you quickly. So if I go to my management console and I open up my AWS Glue, databases, Iceberg DB, I do have a people, so I'm gonna probably delete this one so I can show you. Okay, now I will run the sync command. Okay, so I will run this, and then if I go to Glue database and then refresh, once this is complete, as you can see in the background, the sync is running. And now if I refresh over here, pretty soon I should see that particular table coming in. Okay, there you go, people table is now showing up. Okay, great. So very easy, we were able to create a simple table. We were able to define myconfig.yml, catalog.yml. We were able to do the sync with one table command. And then now I want to show you now, okay, now you can read the same table as Hudi, Iceberg, Delta in Spark or Glue notebooks. So yeah, let me show you. All right, so now I'm gonna create a Spark session. So here, as you can see, I'm reading this table as Iceberg, as you can see over here. So I'm gonna just simply run this particular cell. I'm creating a snapshot called Iceberg snapshot, and then just executing some Spark SQL. Now the same one I can read as a Hudi table, as you can see, format as Hudi. That works out of the box, Perfect. So the same table I was able to read, I think I have a issue with the query, so I'm just gonna quickly fix it. So there you go, Hudi commit and ID, and that should just work fine. And I should see the response on the console. Same data frame has been printed. Now the same table, I'm reading it as a delta, as you can see. Let's run the query. And soon I should be seeing that output on the console. Again, we read it as a delta, we read it as a Hudi, we read it as an Iceberg, etc. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. This entire lab is given on my blog post, so you can copy paste the snippets and try this out. So again, great, right? Apache XTable allows you to interoperate between the three most popular table formats, that is Iceberg, Delta, and Hudi. With that being said, if you have any further questions, you can leave your question in the comment window and I'll be more than happy to answer them. That's all I have for the video. Well, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found value in this. And if you have any further questions, list them in the comment and window. And as and when I get time, I'll try to reach out, reply to those questions for sure. With that being said, keep smiling, keep programming, and I will see you in the upcoming next videos. Goodbye.